Hello, my darlings. So it's been almost 2 years for me on this tarot challenge where I don't buy any new tarot decks until I've reconnected with the ones that I currently own. And I'm actually really surprised with how well I've managed to cope and how long I've managed to go for without buying any new decks, except for the one that I showed you, and I feel like there is a hair on my mouth. Apart from the one that I've managed to show you in my haul video, and as you can see, it still feels like there's a hair on my mouth. No. But yeah, this is the only one that I've bought, and as you can see, I've still got the plastic on. The temptation to rip this deck open right now is increasing every single day, but I get the feeling that I need to open it around March or Samhain, so sometime next year, and I really hope that happens, because the connection that I have with this deck already it's just completely different from any other deck, especially with it not being opened either. When it comes to new decks, even though I already have a connection with them, I normally have to hold the cards, shuffle them, meditate, and do whatever else I need to do to actually get familiar with the energies and make a more concrete bond with them. But with this deck, I don't even need to do that yet, and I'm already sensing the energies around. It is a very strong, powerful and creative deck, and I just can't wait to actually start working with this, because I know it's going to be a very interesting ride. But yeah, that is the only deck that I've bought myself, and I have been sort of torturing myself because I've been going on eBay and seeing decks that I want to get and seeing what price they are going for, and sometimes they are going for either £1 or £5, and I know I shouldn't look on sites like that, but I do, and it's so, like, in a way heartbreaking seeing the decks that you want go for a really good price and yet you cannot get them. I've also been looking on Kickstarter to see what tarot decks are hoping to be created, and there's been a few on there that I've really wanted to help fund, and I can't do that, and I've sort of been sitting at this computer and nearly in tears because I can't help with that funding. But yeah, I'm really proud with myself for resisting the urge of buying any other decks. It's, in a way, it feels like I've accomplished something, because I've managed to hold back this urge and not actually go on and buy any new decks. It's a very odd feeling, and I'm just really enjoying it at the moment. And even though I've said that I've been on this challenge for nearly 2 years, the first year I couldn't really concentrate on this challenge because things in my life started to rise up, and I had to concentrate on that area first before doing this. So it's really been this year that I've concentrated a lot more on tarot, and yeah, I'm really pleased with how far I've come in such a short time as well. I never thought I would get that far with this challenge. I didn't even think I would go this long with it either, because normally I just end up quitting, or I get distracted, or I forget doing this sort of thing. I always felt a little bit nervous when it came to tarot, and felt a little bit imitated by other readers, because I felt like I had to work and read the same way as them, and I never really felt comfortable doing it that way. And doing this challenge has opened my eyes to see that there are other ways of being able to read and understand the cards, and it's just finding your own way and finding what is the best way for you to learn. I have been going through books and going on tarot reference websites to find out the meanings, and after I found the meaning, I end up coming up with my own meanings for that card. And yeah, I'm starting to really love tarot again, and just love reading the cards, and it's given me this sort of buzz that I can do it again, and I want to carry on reading over and over. I've just got to pace myself really to not give myself a headache. Talking about the references and the meanings of the cards, I've decided that I wanted to create my own journal, mainly for the references, and not actually a tarot journal where I note my progress or what card I drew that day. It's mainly to focus on the meanings of that card and anything else to do with that card. So I got a hold of this notebook, which was only about £2 or £3. The pages are fine, and I've counted to make sure that there is enough pages, and there are. The thing is, the fabric comes off. It's a pretty cheap notebook anyway, so I wasn't really fussed with that. So what I'm going to do though is try to find some leather or different fabric to actually put onto this notebook to make it look a little bit nicer and all that. So I feel like it's a bit more personal for me. But what I've been doing in this notebook is I've basically just got the card name, the number, and I'm going to be putting the Roman numeral on there later on. The upright meanings are on this page, and then on the opposite it will be the reversed. And I've also got a blank page that will be for symbolism or different pieces of information that needs to be for that particular card. So when it comes to the wands or the cups, it will be saying more about what they are also known in different decks as. So I get a bit more understanding when it comes to a deck. I know that is that card, or that is from that suit, sort of thing. Yeah, and I'm really enjoying doing that. I'm always looking forward to actually trying to write in this, except for trying to do my best handwriting. But when it comes to trying to find the meanings and write down the meanings of the card, I'm really enjoying that. And I'm not just working with one card either, from one deck. I'm working from all my decks at the moment, except for one, and getting the meanings from all of them, and I've also got a bit of space at the end to write more meanings if I need to do that. I said at the beginning of this challenge that I was going to start working with the first deck that I received, and I should have said that this was the first deck that I bought myself, which was the Mystic Fairy Tarot, and this is what they look like, and I absolutely love this deck. The thing is, I'm still having a hard time trying to connect with this deck. I feel like it's because I've abused this one in particular a lot more than my other decks, and I feel like there is a long way to go for me in this deck to fully bond again and actually feel like the deck can trust me again, if that makes sense. I have, and I'm trying to do this with all the other decks. I wrote a letter to this one apologising, and each night I change the card that is in that letter so it soaks up the meaning and soaks up the apology and just tries to help heal the rift a bit more. And I feel like it has helped with this deck, but I feel that there is a bit more to go. Long way to go, really. And I also feel like this is going to be a more spring or summer deck as well, so I feel like it is probably the wrong time of the year for me. So that was the first deck that I bought myself and not received. My sister and my mum were going through the loft at my parents' house when they came across this tarot deck, and I can't believe I forgot about this one. I feel incredibly bad for forgetting, because this was the first deck that my parents gave me. I think I was around 12 or 13. And I remember the feeling when I received this deck, and I absolutely loved it, and I still love it now. And it is the Goddess Tarot. Yeah, the Goddess Tarot by Chris Waldeher. And that's the back, and this is the front. Oh, one of the cards. And this is actually the first card that I drew after apologising to it, and once I had hold of it again, it was the love card, and I felt like there was no bad feelings with this deck. They understood why. They were very forgiving. They're just a completely different energy, and I absolutely love this deck still, and I just feel so bad for forgetting about it. So I do hope to try and spend a bit more time with this deck to connect with it again. I'm probably going to do that at the end or after the one that I currently am working with. I have a feeling that this is going to be a deck that I need to work with when it comes to a mini course that I'm on for myself, to do with womanhood and the feminine energies and everything like that. So I feel that this is going to be a very strong deck for me to work with. The one that I currently am working with is the Arthurian Tarot by Caitlin and John Matthews. And this is a deck that I won from Red Wheel. And if you don't know about Red Wheel's Facebook page, they do a lot of giveaways, and they normally ship worldwide. I have won a ton of books, including this deck. I can't remember how long ago, but there was a time when I was winning most of the books, so I stopped entering because I felt so bad for everybody else who entered, because it was normally me who won. There was a book that I won. It was like one of the Irish mythology, or the Irish mythology, I think. The Badders book or something like that is a really thick book. On their website it is about $40 or $30 or something like that. They sent it for free. I looked at the shipping, and again it was $40 for shipping. I can't believe they sent that to me. I'm really, really surprised and really, really grateful for that. But if you haven't checked out their Facebook page, you really should. They are brilliant on there. But this is the deck that's on the back. And this is an absolutely gorgeous deck. I can't believe it's taken me this long to start working with it as well. As soon as I pulled the first card, I knew instantly that this was a deck that I was going to have in my life all the time, and that I would be working with. And I can't believe that I've not worked with it yet before. The only thing with these is they have changed some of the names, so I do have to try and remember which one's which. But in their little guidebook they do have the original name for them as well. And I'm trying to find one card that blew me away basically, and made me fall in love with this deck all over again. Because normally I go for the Hermit or the Death card, because them two are the cards that just pull me in straight away. And if I have a connection with those cards, then I know I can get a strong connection with the other cards. But this card, it's so simple, yet there's so much in there. And I love how it's an eye as well. I don't know what it is about it, but it is absolutely gorgeous, and I can never stop staring at it. And yeah, it's just absolutely amazing, and I'm getting on really well with this deck. I'm really happy that I have it in my life, and that I never gave it to anyone else or anything like that. I feel like this could be like an all year round deck, but especially around this time of the year, more autumn and winter. But yeah, that's really the deck that I'm starting to love at the moment. And this one, I'm pretty sure that's Death. But I just love this deck, I really, really do. And yeah, I think that's all I really want to show you with the decks that I currently been working with lately. Sorry, they're gonna fall, and I don't want that. I think that is really all I want to say about this challenge so far. I'm just really enjoying it, and my confidence is growing so much with this challenge. And I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm just feeling so much better within myself at trusting my gut instinct and actually going with it, and just losing myself into the card, in each card I get. I did try to do a daily draw on my Facebook page, but I kind of forgot about that, so I'm hoping next year to pick that up and carry on doing a daily draw. That's if I can remember. But yeah, so that's all I really want to say, and yeah, bye.